Hello, I'm Liam from Lazarus Personal Training, the founder of the No Shoe Crew, and this is your single dumbbell workout. Now again, if we're working out from home, equipment may be limited, and with that, if you've got a single dumbbell laying around, you can definitely do this workout. But let's say we don't have that, but you do have a water bottle that is either plastic or metal or just some sort of container that you can fill up with water or sand. That can work as your own home dumbbell. So don't worry if you don't have equipment, there is always equipment that we can make at home. And before you start this workout, make sure that you are properly warmed up. So make sure you can squat, make sure you can move from your hips, make sure you have full range of motion in your shoulder, and there aren't any aches or pains that you're feeling anywhere. If you do have aches and pains, it might be worth reconsidering this and trying to work on those points, maybe just having a bit of rest. The way that this workout goes is that we have 3 blocks of movements. In a block there are 3 exercises, and I want you to repeat those exercises 3 times. After that 3rd exercise, I want you to rest for about 30 to 45 seconds to let the body recover to then go again. So basically you've got a block. In that block I want you to go exercise 1, exercise 2, exercise 3, rest for about 30 to 45 seconds, and then repeat over, and we repeat that 3 times through. There's a lot of threes. In our first block of exercises, we have an overhead squat where we're going to go 10 reps on one side, 10 reps on the other side. The reason why we're going overhead is because it challenges our mobility. It makes us think about our movement a lot more, and it makes us tense up and become tighter, so we get a lot more coming out of that squat. You're going to have your right arm extended right overhead, so your bicep is right by your ear, and we're going to squat down and stand up again. We go 10 on our right side and then 10 on our left side. If you struggle with that overhead position and you really can't squat down, I want you to bring that dumbbell down towards your shoulder and go into a racked position, but it's still going to be one side that's slightly higher than the other side. Again, things to think about with this: feet are planted, knees are driving over the toes, and the core stays tight for a full range of motion. Squeeze your bum up at the top. The second movement out of this block is a all fours back row. So what we're going to do is be down on the floor on all fours, and we're going to take hold of that dumbbell or water bottle. We're then going to pull that up into our side using our shoulder blade to squeeze back. I want you to think about using the shoulder blade rather than just pulling that up into your side. It's almost going towards your back pocket, and your elbow wants to get to your midline. If your elbow is going right up towards the ceiling, it's going too far. Again, we're going 15 on one side, 15 on the other side, really focusing and squeezing your shoulder blades and keeping your core tight. The final movement out of this block is a bird dog. So we're going to stay in that all fours position. Opposite arm, opposite leg are going to extend away from the body and then come back in again. With this, it might not look like much, but if we're breathing and bracing correctly, we'll get a lot of core work out of this movement. And again, think about taking a deep breath in, extend your arm and leg away from yourself, and then bring them back in nice and controlled. Your body shouldn't be shifting around on this. The B block starts with a B stance hip hinge. Basically, that's an offside hip hinge movement. So we're going to take one foot and bring it back slightly and come up onto our toes. From there, we're going to take our hips backwards towards the wall, again like you're trying to close a car door using your bum. We're going to go back to whatever range of motion feels comfortable without losing our spine position, and then come back up to the top again and squeeze as hard as possible. We're going 12 reps on one side, 12 reps on the other side. The dumbbell or water bottle wants to be on the leg that is back. So if my right foot is back, my right hand is holding the dumbbell or water bottle. From there we go into a half kneeling shoulder press. Again, 12 reps on one side, 12 reps on the other side. So with this, we're going to take this dumbbell up towards the shoulder, and then we're going to press right overhead, bicep in line with the ear, so we're almost in that overhead squat position again. The reason why we're in a half kneeling position is it's because it allows us to brace that core, but it also gives us a little bit of stability by having a bit of a wider base. Again, core stays tight, arm presses up and overhead. I want you to think about getting your arm as far up into the air as possible. Almost think like you're pressing back a little bit to get a full range of motion. And then from there, we're going into a short dumbbell sit-up for 12 reps. Now with this, we're laid down, arms come up into the air like we've just done a chest press, and then I want you to perform a short sit-up. What I mean by that is you're almost trying to bring your rib cage down towards your belly button. So we're really tensing and tightening the upper ab area. It's a small controlled movement. Make sure your shoulders stay relaxed, your traps stay down, and it's all coming from your abdomen as a crunch up and then a crunch back down again. And this should focus your upper ab area. In the C block, it stands for cardio because we're bringing the heart rate and breathing rate up in this block. What we're going to do out of this is we're going to go 30 seconds of each movement. We're going to go ground to overhead, where we put the dumbbell down to the floor and then bring it up overhead in a squat pattern. You'll also know this as a dumbbell snatch position. We're going to go 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side. This is going to blow you up. From there, what I want you to do is go into some lateral lunges. This is just 30 seconds straight out, where we're stepping one side and then stepping to the other side. Keep the dumbbell up towards your chest to give you a little bit of extra weight. And for this, I want you to think about your hip sitting over the outside foot and then over the other outside foot too. This is about range of motion and mobility than it is trying to go too fast out of it. And then we finish out with a plank position where we're going to hold for 30 seconds and keep that tight and keep it squeezing for the full 30 seconds. That's a long time to be in a plank, especially if we're performing it correctly. That brings us to the end of this workout. And again, this is just to show that you can get a really good workout of not a lot of equipment or just stuff that you've got around the house. This is a full body workout, so we're covering all aspects of the body in different ranges of motion and different planes. If you've enjoyed this workout, please give it a like, maybe share it with someone that might be struggling for ideas of what they want to do in the gym. If you really like this content, please subscribe to the channel. If you've got anything that you would like to see covered, let me know and I'll get onto that, and I will see you next time.